What in the world is Bratz Fashion Pixiez? Hi girlies! Honestly, I have not talked about my love for the Bratz enough in my daily life. Not only were they powerful enough in 2001 to threaten Barbie's place in the fashion doll hierarchy, but they also served up some stunning movies in their day too. And by stunning, I don't necessarily mean beautiful, but I do mean that I am speechless because there are no words. Unless you've seen the bizarre editing style of Rock Angels, you just don't get it. There are some absolute bangers in the lineup as well as some absolute duds, including Rock Angels, Genie Magic, and Passion for Fashion Diamonds, all in an inexplicable timeline that gives a narrative. It doesn't make sense, but it's there. But today's topic is obviously Fashion Pixiez, because it has done permanent damage. It resides permanently in the back of my head, haunting my dreams and my sexuality. This is a safe space. Raise your hand if you felt personally victimized by Lena. Giving a brief summary here, which obviously comes with a spoiler warning. About to explain the entire plot here, so either stay or don't. First off, pixies are real and the word is spelt with a Z. This is Bratz. Everything is pluralized with a Z. We open to a barbecue outside the Devlin home where Mel Devlin is making burgers and also bad jokes while his youngest daughter Brianna sits with him. Cymbeline, however, is grumpy and having her teen rebellion phase. Brianna tries to bond with her, but Cymbeline is a rebellious teen daughter in 2007, so family bonding time is whatever. Her dad asks what she wants for her birthday. She says he already knows, and her dad is be reasonable. A few minutes later, we learn she's a pixie and has wings, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the conversation with Daddy Devlin a few minutes ago. The next day in school, Cymbeline, who is friends with the Bratz, is slacking in school, and the girls with a passion for fashion are worried about her. When she doesn't show up to help them set up for the Magnolia Ball, a charity event that Daddy Devlin is responsible for, the Bratz agree to go to their house later and talk to her dad. That night, Cymbeline sneaks out again and convinces Brianna to cover for her. Chloe and Yasmin sneak onto the property, and real quick, Chloe is the least likely to do this in my opinion, because the girl is a walking panic attack, but whatever. Then they say Cymbeline fucking fly. So, secret's out. Oh god, and then we have the introduction of the gnome. Listen, girlies, this freaking dude. Irish girlies, raise your hand if you feel attacked by this thing's accent.
Nosy Collini's got yourselves a million miles away from here.
This thing is hate criming me by opening its mouth. Anyway, the next day, Dylan is under Lena's spell and asks Brianna to meet him alone in the forest. Chloe and Yasmin are don't meet a boy alone in the forest, that's insane. They go with her and essentially get got by Lena. Either the day after that or later the same day, who's to say. Brianna tells Jade and Sasha that their friends got by pixies. And at first they're like, what? No, pixies aren't real. But then there's this whole entirely too long sequence where Brianna gives them magic glasses so they can see the pixie things. The sequence is far too long, but it does have a cool song. Then it's tragic backstory time. A mysterious storm 10 years ago was actually Lena's dark magic. Dee protected her daughters, but was turned into a magnolia tree at the fight. You'll notice I did say magnolia tree. You'll notice I did say magnolia ball. I wonder if these two events are connected. The trio go to the dark pixie lair where they're playing the most boppin' Bratz song of all time, to be honest. They try and fail to counterspell Yasmin and Chloe. Lena takes them and all her dark pixies and then collapses the lair on Sasha, Jade and Brianna, but luckily the gnome comes back to save them, though he still sounds like that. At the Magnolia Ball, Lena and the girly pops arrive. Lena threatens Malvino and he turns into his pixie form. The good pixie genders are 2000s pop punk baddie and Bayutak, the street character. The dark pixie genders are just different versions of what I imagine Hot Topic employees to look like. Anyway, Lena threatens Malvino, but Malvino is more powerful. Meanwhile, the Bratz save Chloe and Jade, and then all four join the Devlin sisters and perform the counterspell on the Magnolia tree and turn her back into Dee Devlin, who looks also like a 2000s pop punk baddie. Mel is like, thanks for all your help, Bratz, but I'm taking your pixie side away forever. Enjoy the party. And then that's kind of where it ends. Lena's a tree now. Everyone dances happily because they forgot what the hell just happened, but all the 7-year-old girls who watch this remember. They're all gay now. I think that this is genuinely a pretty enjoyable film. Even aside from my gay nostalgia goggles, it's genuinely an interesting fantasy plot. We have a dark pixie who craves power and who threatens the king's family to get it. Friends and sisters are torn apart by the lure of Lena. The power of love and friendship winning out overall, that's classic right there. If it weren't for the gnome, this would be pretty good. There's also a lot you can do with this from an analytical point of view. I know that sounds heavy talking about a Bratz movie, but hear me out. There's the folklore and mythology point of view, where you can look at different world mythologies. I'm complaining a lot about
Bury the leprechaun.
but I can genuinely see a lot of potential influence from Irish mythology on this movie. And the fantastical aspects could be a metaphor for like any of the usual suspects when it comes to analysis. Maybe the dark pixies are drug-addled and Cymbeline is peer pressuring her younger sister. Is Cymbeline gay? Which is why she's distancing herself from her family? Is Lena a queer-coded villain? God, I hope so. What? Maybe it's a feminist story about girl power as Bratz overpower Lena's spell. I kind of rate my media on how much I can pick it apart for symbolism and interpretation. And honestly, Bratz Fashion Pixiez ranks pretty highly in that aspect. So yeah, that's kind of everything I had to say. Bratz Fashion Pixiez is ultimately just a fever dream, but a pretty enjoyable fever dream, it must be said, and I'm kind of feeling like a rewatch right now. Bye girlies!